Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Knott's Berry Farm is a theme park located in Buena Park, California. Today we will be ranking all the roller coasters of Knott's Berry Farm. So if you haven't seen my ranking every roller coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain video, we're going to count down from number 9 to number 1. So coming in at number 9 is Coast Rider, their Mock Rides Wild Mouse. I would be very good replacing this with a Wild Moose by RMC, but of course that's not going to happen until Cedar Fair and Six Flags gets a better relationship with them. Yeah, so anyway, number 9 is Coast Rider. Very terrible coaster with the shin guards. It's also trimmed to death. Yeah, sucks. Coming in at number 8 is Snoopy's Tender Paw Twister Coaster. Now this is their kiddie coaster. I'm pretty sure it's like a Zamperla Gravity Family launch coaster. Yeah, so it's basically a Zamperla Gravity coaster, except it has a launch with like a back and forth section. A lot better actually than most of them, and the reason I put it above Coast Rider is because I'd really rather not go on Coast Rider than do anything at all. I only did it for the credit. I don't know why. I have ridden it other times. So coming in at number 7 is Pony Express. So this is basically a Zamperla motor coaster, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying, Pony Express is a Zamperla motor coaster, and really solid addition to their lineup. I wouldn't say they really need it. They already have Accelerator as their launch coaster. I guess a family launch coaster. I see what they're doing. Anyway, it's comically short, and yeah. So coming in at number 6 is Jaguar. I would have placed this below Pony Express like a month ago. But recently, since the Loop of Montezuma's is up, I got to go through that, and it was really cool. And I noticed that sitting in the back row, you actually get a couple pops of airtime. So yeah, it's a really good coaster. Pony Expresses. Jaguar. Why do I keep tripping? Yeah, so it's a really good coaster, and coming in at number 5 is Sierra Sidewinder, the last family coaster on this list. So this is a Mock Rides spinning coaster, probably one of the best family coasters out there. You'll see why if you haven't ridden it yet, because you don't spin like crazy, but you feel like you're going to scrape your face against the rocks while you're spinning, and if you lean forward, I find that it's a bit intense. So yeah. And it's not as intense though as Hang Time, the next coaster on this list. It is the first real thrill coaster out of anything on this list. So Hang Time is basically something, it's like the Smiler at Alton Towers. There is kind of a comparison, but with beyond vertical drop and a lot less inversions. And it has lap bar restraints, or clamshells that love to staple you restraints. So yeah, it's a really fine thrill coaster, I guess. I didn't get great rides when I last rode it. It's like you fell down the drop and then you got stapled so much that you were in pain for the rest of the ride and couldn't enjoy anything. Even the ejector pop coming into the final Cobra roll. It's crazy. Yeah, so it staples you a lot when you hit the final brake run, but you do get a great ejector pop before the Cobra roll. And ironically, even though it's an inversion-based ride, that is the best moment of the ride. So, yeah. And coming in at number 3 is Silver Bullet. This is a B&M invert from 2006. Really terrible drop because of Jaguar. But otherwise, it's a really solid B&M invert. So this has 6 inversions. Goes over a track length of about 3,600 feet, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's a really good coaster, I'd say. Yeah, so it's really fine, but not as good as Accelerator at number 2. So Accelerator, this is something else. And the first ever Intamin Accelerator, a prototype model, it actually has a layout unlike King Knott or Top Thrill Dragster, RIP. And it's a really great layout. I mean, not a great layout. Not as good as Formula Rossa, which is super long for an Intamin Accelerator. But this at least has somewhat of a layout. So you go up the top hat, and when you come down, you go into 2 overbanks, then you come into brakes. So yeah, it's the second shortest ride at Knott behind Pony Express. I wish there was like something like a mock multi-launch here. That would fit really well. Yeah. So, coming in at number 1 is Ghost Rider. So this is basically a great wooden coaster. No, almost perfect wooden coaster. I'd say this is probably the 3rd best wooden coaster ever built. Worse than El Toro and the Voyage. So yeah, this is a really great coaster. You go up the lift hill, and then when you come up, the drop in the back row is amazing. And then you already have a great floater airtime hill, and then a great turnaround that gives you floater airtime all around also. And then after that, after the turnaround of Ghost Rider, you go into a great drop, and then you make a turn that takes you into one more speed hill before you go up into a mid-course. Don't worry. Most of the time it's off. Yeah. But when it's off, you fly off the mid-course in the back row. And that is nicknamed the drop for being so crazy. Yeah, so it is extremely great airtime. I didn't know how to describe that. It's that great. It's extremely great airtime, and then you just find a more great airtime house, the second half being even better than the first half. Oh yeah, and then that helix, that's insane. So much laterals. And then you come into a couple airtime hops to bounce it out before you go into the final brakes. The biggest downside about this ride, though, is the ops. This attracts 2-hour lines on the regular, which is crazy for something that's not Disney. They don't have that to excuse them for Universal. So yeah, Ghost Rider is a crazy coaster. I love it so much. My second favorite coaster. It is still held on all these years from that video that I'll put on screen right now from, I think, 2 months ago. It is crazy, even though I've gotten on 11 new coasters, and it's still held on to my number 2 spot behind Twisted Colossus, which deserves its own video. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. We currently have 57 subscribers, I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much for that. And for our vlog, any updates on that? Well, let me tell you. If we do have a vlog, it will be coming out. A live stream vlog, it will be coming out on Friday, the 18th, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'll give a post when I'm entirely sure about that, what time and everything, and thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and goodbye.